Howdy, y'all. Anybody out there tonight in the stamping world? I know it's kind of late, but I'm wide awake and here I am to show you a fancy fold. So let's learn how to make this together. I made this at our stamp camp and it's called the Staggered Doors Fancy Fold. Isn't that fun? So obviously it has doors and they're staggered sizes, and it shows off all sorts of your cute pattern paper. So the pattern paper that I actually used, which is just perfect for this fold, is free right now just through Tuesday. That's right, just through the 28th. It is free with any $50 order. It's a 12 by 12 pack. You get 12 sheets of double-sided designs, and they are the cutest things. They're little sheets of farm animals, country plaids, vegetables, ducks and geese, just the cutest things ever. And I would show you the paper in person, but I cut up most of it for my stamp camp. So, but you'll be able to see the patterns of it that I chose for my Staggered Doors card. All right, so let's learn how to make that. I don't know if that's a totally brand new fancy fold, but I came up with it by my own self. So let's call it new, huh? What we're going to need to start with is a sheet of 12 by 12 cut to 5.5 inches. So we have 12 inches this way, and yes, you do need the 12-inch paper, by 5.5 inches. And when we get it all folded up, it will be 4 by 5.5. So it's going to fit in your regular medium A2 envelopes just fine. The measurements and scoring are so easy. We're going to turn it into a 3-panel card, and so we're going to score at 4 and 8 inches, and that gives us 3 separate panels, and then we just have to go in and notch these out. So I'll show you how I did that. I'm out of the brown, so I'm using green to show you, so you can use your imagination. So again, it's 12 inches by 5.5, and I'm going to score it at 4 and 8. Okay, so that it's 3 separate panels. And usually once you fold them, one will fold over the other one a little more easily. It doesn't really matter at this point which sides you cut your pieces out of, because if you cut it wrong, you can just flip it over and fold it the other way. It works too. So, but this is the way I did it anyway. So I'm going to get my scoring blade out of the way, and we'll be working with the cutting blade now. I put the cardstock at I believe it was 1 3/4. You know what? Let me check. I have it written down on a Post-it note somewhere, but I don't want to steer you wrong here. It's 1.5. Okay, good thing I checked. So you put it in at 1.5. And you only cut to that score line. So I'm stopping at the 4-inch mark on the ruler here, this vertical ruler, stopping at the 4 inches, so that when I take it out, I can just take my scissors or your trimmer and snip that down the score line, and I have my first flap. Okay, so back in the trimmer. And this time, whoops, got some paper stuck in there from earlier. This time I'm going to put it at, that does not look right either. Oh, here we go, the 3-inch mark. So the edge of my paper is at the 3-inch mark. And this time, instead of starting from this end, I'm going to start at this 8-inch score, push my blade in and go off the page. Okay, so when we come back out and trim that piece off, then we've got our other little fold. Did that make sense? It'll make sense when you start to do it. One side is higher than the other. They're staggered, right? Cute. And at this point, you can turn it any direction you want, but I thought it made more sense to have the card start its opening like a normal card would. So we're starting from the right to the left. Hey, did you guys notice I'm not wearing my brace? I am footloose and fancy free. My long national nightmare is finally over from my fall off the ladder on December 3rd. Yeah, I just got my brace off. I have my final farewell appointment with my orthopedist tomorrow, and it feels good, let me tell you. Still hurts a little while, you know, especially if I overuse it. And I don't quite have 100% mobility back, but it's coming. It's coming. So anyway, that's the card base. And for this card, I chose soft suede because it coordinated with the animals in the paper, specifically this cute little cow. So there is a stamp set and dies that coordinate with this paper. They are in the Spring Mini catalog, and they are absolutely adorable. And it's one of those sets where it cuts out all the images in the set, and it gives you even more images, like miniature cows, rabbits, ducks, geese, hills for the background. It has cloud pieces. It has a tiny little windmill. It's really adorable. So that is definitely worth a look in the Spring Mini catalog. But we're going to use, let me get my cutter out of the way, Balmy Blue, and we're going to start in the middle, and then I will give you the measurements for all the paper layers. So I have a Balmy Blue piece here that is one step down from our center panel. So if our center panel is 4 inches wide, that makes this 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and we're going to do some stamping before we glue that down. I'm using Balmy Blue ink on Balmy Blue cardstock, and that is to just give it a nice light feeling, because the paper is busy on this card, and so I wanted to keep the stamping a little bit less busy. I dug out the saying from a different stamp set. It says, "What a beautiful friendship we've grown." Thought that was appropriate. Just eyeball my little barn here. Sorry, I'll move it up so it's in view a little better. My silo. What else? Little clouds. Cute, cute, cute. And I did it wrong, and I should have warned you, but you want to stamp your sentiment down a little bit further so that it's not visible, unless you want it to be visible up here when your card is closed. See how it doesn't show on my sample card here, and it does on this one. So do as I said, not as I did, right? Okay, and then here's my trick to get those fluffy white clouds, and that is a chalk marker, a white chalk marker. You can use a white gel pen too, or you can use the white watercolor pencil and add a little water to get that nice bright white. And it just pops on that Balmy Blue cardstock, doesn't it? So cool. Just a nice little touch. I could make my silo be white too here, but yeah, that would take a little more time than I am willing to invest tonight, right? Okay, so I'm going to glue this down. My trusty green glue here. And it fits perfectly on the center panel. And then when you are cutting the pieces for your panels, the measurement to remember is 3 1/4 wide. Remember, each of these panels is 4 inches across, so 3 3/4 square will make these panels. Oh, they're so cute. I almost don't want to glue down any sides. Yeah, so 3 3/4 square. You'll need one of the cute ducky pattern for the inside and one of the plain hills for the outside, if you're copying this exactly. And then the same, I chose the same paper, but I'm using the opposite sides. So on the duck paper there is chicken wire on the other side, which is kind of cute. And then I did another set of green hills on that. Okay, so this piece, let me just give you that measurement too. Remember, it's 3 3/4 wide. We talked about that. And then this one is 2 1/4 this way. Okay. Cute. I just love it. It's cute already, but now we're going to take it over the top by adding some fun little animals. One of the sheets is covered with animals that are the same size as the dies. So I'm going to put those on my little mini cut and emboss machine, which until Tuesday night you can get for free when you purchase the starter kit, only until the end of Celebration 2023. Look at how easy that was. I love it. There's my little cow. So I'm cutting out, you can cut out as few or as many animals as you want for your barnyard, but I say the more the merrier. And another cool thing about this paper is there's space so that you can put all the dies down and run it through once. I'm a little chicken that some of the dies will move, but we'll see. All right, wish me luck. I don't think they moved. Sometimes it gets hard to see where they are if you let your plates get all scarred up and you haven't replaced them in a while. It can be hard to see through. Oh, it looks like they did just fine. Good. So I could have run those all in one run, but like I said, I was a little chicken. There we go. There's my animals. Get my little mini cut and emboss off to the side there. And my favorite accessory of all time, dimensionals. We'll pop up our little barnyard friends. And then the only trick to these is to just put them where they are, I can't pick it up, where they are best seen on the card. I knew I wanted the cow to be at the top. And you don't want to put them so high that when you open the card, they show from behind. Like that, to me, it's just not a professional look there. So put him down where he can still be seen when this is closed, but he's not being seen from the inside when the card is open. Put my piggies down here. Mama pig and baby pig. And this fluffy white sheep over here to kind of balance out the cow. So then when I got that finished, I was like, okay, that's cool, but it's a little on the plain side. There's a lot of layers and everything, but I am used to putting embellishments on, and this one, there just weren't any embellishments that I wanted to put on there. So what I did was put 2 hole punches and some twine through that to just add some texture and a little bit of interest up in that corner. And I wrapped it through twice. You could also wrap it around the outer edge of the card like a blanket stitch, or just tie it out on that. Ooh, that might be cute. Maybe I'll do that. I might make a hash of it right on live television, right? Oh, yep, I'm making a hash of it. Okay, I'm going to go back to my original plan, which is just to loop it through twice and tie it in a knot. I tried tying it in a bow, and the bow just kind of overwhelmed the card. I'll show you that too. It's easy to overwhelm a card that's already got a lot of busy patterns going on. But if you like it, that's certainly fine too. But what I settled on finally was just a knot with medium length little trailing ends there, not too long. Okay, I hope you enjoyed my card. Sorry, I just choked when I said okay. I hope you enjoyed my Staggered Doors Fancy Fold card, and if you need the paper and you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. My website for shopping is lissa.stampinup.net, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have about Stampin' Up, about Celebration, about the starter kit with this great machine added totally free. Did I mention it folds up for storage? Yeah, baby. So cute. All right, I'm going to let you go tonight. Thanks for watching with me, everybody.